Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Camera Brave Show. My name's Marissa, and in this episode, we are going to talk about 5 ways you can use video this holiday season. Before I dive on in, if you would please take a moment to write a review for the Camera Brave Show, whether you're watching me on YouTube or you're listening to the podcast on something like Spotify or Apple Podcast. If you would please just take a moment of your time. I know you are super busy during the holidays, but if you could please take a moment and write a review for the Camera Brave Show, specifically over on Apple Podcasts, that really helps us to build this strong platform and to continue growing. Without further ado, let's dive on in to 5 video ideas I have for you this holiday season. The first one's going to sound pretty obvious. If you have a product that you sell, show it. Show the products that you sell. Create reels, post them to your stories, have carousel posts on Instagram. Every type of content that you can create with your products during the holiday season, 1000% do. Because as you know, our minds are geared towards shopping. We're looking at things. Throughout like the other 10 months of the year, I'm pretty good at not clicking on Facebook ads, but I clicked on like 3 today because my mind is focused on presents. It's focused on shopping and, ooh, what could I get for so-and-so? Who could I get what for? And I think a lot of people are in that same sort of mindset. So if you can have your products on as many platforms as possible, as many different posts, don't think that you're blowing up someone's feed with posts. Like, do that. Continue to post all of your variations of what you can offer because you never know what's going to attract to who. Especially if you have an assortment of products, absolutely post all of your different options because different people love different things and you just never know. Don't just post one different scent of the essential oils that you sell. Do carousel posts of your mint flavors or your relaxation with your eucalyptus and lemongrass, and show multiple products for multiple people, especially if you sell something that could easily be grouped into his or hers. You don't have to, of course, have female-oriented products or male-oriented products, but you could create something like the gift guide for him. And of course, those products could easily be given to a woman, but it doesn't matter because our minds are looking for things like gift guide for him, stocking stuffers for kids, things like that. Start grouping your products to those keywords that we're looking for. What are you shopping for on your list? Are you looking for quick gifts for him, stocking stuffers for her, gifts for mom, things like that? Those are awesome tags and categories that you can be grouping your products into to help your shoppers easily find what they're looking for and how your products fit their needs. My second idea for you is to unbox and show what you are purchasing. This time of year, especially if you do sell a product, or honestly, even if you don't, I see a lot of people upgrading equipment, adding to their arsenal, preparing for the new year. So if you're that person that has a ton of packages coming to your house, consider doing an unboxing and showing the tools that you're adding to your arsenal. And this could honestly even be personal. It could be makeup oriented. So for me specifically, Camera Brave is all about video, but I know that I could very easily do a makeup unboxing because I could tie it into studio makeup or the makeup that I use to complete my camera ready look. So while I have nothing to do with makeup in my business, I know that my audience is going to have an interest in that. Like, oh yeah, you know what? She never looks shiny. I want to know what matte foundation she uses, or I'd love to see how she puts it on, or her lipsticks are always bright. Things like that are relevant to my audience. And this time of year, it would be a fun time to do some sort of unboxing or demonstration, even if you have to get a little creative and think outside of the box. The third video idea I have for you is to show your home decor or the specific holiday packaging materials that you have, because we love to see Christmas trees. We love to see lights, and you don't have to have like the perfectly styled studio living room to do this, but consider bringing in your holiday decor to your content and to your posts. It could be as simple as saying, I'm going to do a holiday live. Say if you don't sell a product, but you're a coach. I'm going to answer your top 5 video questions, holiday style, in front of the Christmas tree. Things like that. Incorporate the seasonal elements that we love to see and see how your audience responds to them. We drive around looking for holiday lights. We love to put up trees. We want to see these things. So if you've got them around, incorporate them into your posts. Don't be afraid to get creative here. You could literally do a Q&A as you walk along and look at Christmas lights in your neighborhood. You could do a cozy fireside hot cocoa live where you share your 5 biggest reflections from this year. And that leads me into my 4th idea for you, which is to share your goals or product launches for next year. This time of year, of course, we're focusing on the holidays, but my fellow goal setting friends, I am a huge goal setter. I'm very goal oriented in my mind. So this time of year, I am constantly gears are turning as to what goals I'm going to have for next year. What products am I going to launch next year? What's my year going to look like? What can I achieve next year? If you're in that same headspace, share that with your audience, reflect back on this year, or talk about looking ahead at this year. You could do a very simple what went well this year, or you can look ahead and decide what you really want your focus to be for next year. You can share goals like, I want to have my fully operational blog this year. So one of my goals, I haven't fleshed out my full list, but trust me, I do a lot of goal preparation. I use Power Sheets, not sponsored, not affiliated in any way, shape, or form, but I have personally used Power Sheets for about 5 years now, and they personally give you a lot of work around the holiday time. They know that it is time where you need to start deciding what you want your focus to be for the year, not because there's anything magical about January 1st, because there is not, but it is intentional time where you can reflect on what has happened in the last 12 months and what will happen in the next 12 months. So if you're interested at all, check out Power Sheets. I personally love them, and I will absolutely be using them this holiday season so that I can set myself up for 2022. One of my goals for 2022, that's like a less vulnerable, but still something that I very much want to happen, is to get Camera Brave on the front page of Google. Because unfortunately, Camera Brave is associated with some cameras for sale and the word brave being in one tiny little line of the camera that's in question. So one of my huge goals, because Google is not something that magically happens overnight. There's SEO, there's analytics, there's blogs and things that have to go into it. However, one of my big picture goals is to get my Camera Brave webpage on the front page of Google. It's a big goal. I'm going to have to break it down and get some action steps going. But that is something that I would share with my audience, that I am sharing with you right now, and that I could incorporate into a live where I sit up and cozy up with Coco, or not, because it's Florida. And honestly, I am sweating in this sweater right now because I think it's like 75 degrees out. So maybe I'd sit down with like an iced coffee and talk about my goals for next year and share them with you, because I do think also it's helpful to hear what other entrepreneurs are doing and what steps they're taking in their business, because it could encourage you. Say starting your own podcast is a goal for you, and you hear that another entrepreneur that you enjoy following is in the trenches of starting theirs. It can help you feel inspired, and it can help you incorporate yourself into a group of people that have the same goals in mind. The 5th and final tip that I have for you for creating content for the holidays, and this may be a little triggering to some of you, I hope it is not, but an idea is to incorporate personal aspects of your life into your content for the holidays. I'm not saying you have to put your kids' faces on blast for your business page, but there are definitely times when I think it's more appropriate to show family. I traveled to Colorado earlier this year for my cousin's wedding, and the photos were beautiful. The content would have been beautiful, but to me, it didn't seem appropriate for my Camera Brave page. I put some on my personal page, but it just seemed like content that wasn't really right. So I didn't decide to post it on my Camera Brave page. However, on like Mother's Day, I posted a picture of my mother because it felt like a good way to share a little bit about myself and include some of my personal things onto the Camera Brave page. I think the holidays are a great time to incorporate that as well. We've got Thanksgiving where we're sharing what we're thankful for. We may want to share a little bit about our personal story, maybe a photo with some loved ones. Whatever those boundaries are for you, honor them. Don't go outside of your comfort zone and the standards that you've set for yourself, of course. But adding a little element of, even if it's just showing your cat or some little piece of your house or some little corner of you, it's really going to help your audience connect with you, especially during the holidays. If you enjoyed this episode, would you do me a favor and share it on your Instagram? Do a little screenshot and let me know which tip was the most helpful for you. You should absolutely be taking advantage of these ideas this holiday season, whether it's one of them, whether it's all 5 of them. I want you to be creating video and using the excited, merry, cheery, bright atmospheres around you within your home, because that same cheery and bright happiness is within the hearts of your customers. How beautiful. Can you tell that I adore all things Christmas? I celebrate Christmas, so I am a big Christmas celebrator, and I love it. And I just adopted a dog, so it's going to be his first Christmas. So this dog is about to get so stinking spoiled, and I cannot wait. Thank you for listening in with me today. I hope you have an amazing holiday season. As always, you can find me over at Camera Brave on Instagram and Facebook. Have an amazing rest of your week, friends, and I will see you next time on the Camera Brave Show.